We still them boys. Unfortunately, today we ain't making no noise. Hey, but you know what? You win some. Hold on. Let me step back. Some cowboy hate going on Facebook today. I got to keep addressing it. There's some cowboy hate still coming on Facebook today. Steve. There's still some cowboy hate. You know, it's ironic too. I hear from cousins I ain't heard from in a while. When we lose, I hear from cousins I ain't heard from in a while. Every time we lose, we seem to hear from everybody. Everybody comes out the woodwork. Cousins and friends and brothers and people and love. They always seem to come up and seem to show up. When we lose. Well, here's the thing. I'm a ride or die. I'm with it, whether we win or whether we lose. Let me go and put this score up for you, just to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. Whether we win or whether we lose. Hold up. Whether we win, whether we lose, it still ain't going to change who I am. Whether we win or lose, we still them boys. We still making noise. But I got to keep it real. Today just wasn't good. Let me put this score up. There it is. Um, and I had some conversations today at church, and wonderful church service. Been in church the last 3 days. Wonderful church service. And today we start talking about this. And I knew this was coming, but I didn't know it was going to come like this. But I'd rather get these losses out of the way now so that we can move forward. But however, there's a problem. And the problem is, um, you know, this defense, not only is it horrible, but we've actually lost another one. I can't even think of his name right now. The guy that we just brought up. I can't even think about it right now. So whatever, it doesn't really even matter at this point. I heard this that there might be some tryouts, for DB. Somebody might need to go down there and see if we can get some help for our Cowboys, because we're not making. And watch this. I'm not going to make any excuses. We lost the game. That Dak didn't look good. 2 interceptions. We didn't look good. Javante Williams looked okay. Um, I believe that um, Pickens and CD had an okay game. But we can't predicate the whole game on Dak, and we can't predicate the whole game on the defense. So today just wasn't a good day. And I believe that Schottenheimer got outcoached. I believe today he got outcoached. Um, and then there's certain realities. We know when Sertan went down, one with the little injury, and then second half didn't play at all. You go to their weakness to gain their strength. I'm at home and I can see this. I'm not a coach. I am a coach, and I've coached at the high school level, and track and whatnot, football at the middle school level. I did coach for a while, so you know I enjoy the game. I think coaching, I will let somebody else do that, but I do enjoy coaching, and I can see it from Monday morning quarterback. But I'm here at home, and I'm calling out things, that I think Schottenheimer should be seeing in real time, and I don't see him making these adjustments. I believe a good NFL coach makes adjustments on the fly. And listen, we lost. I can't say anything about it. We lost. It didn't look good. I hope there's some DB tryouts. I hope there's some DBs sitting back on waivers. The trade deadline is coming. I think that's November 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Trade deadline is coming. It's time to make some moves. Jerry Jones, this is what you asked for when you got rid of our pass rusher, the best defender, going to be Hall of Famer, wearing that ugly green and yellow. Ugh. When you gave away our pass rusher, this is what you asked for. This is what you wanted, and you got it. So now we've got a team that's decimated with injury, but there's some optimism. Let me put this up. There is some optimism, and I'm optimistic. I am that optimistic cowboy. Now, I'm not talking about delusional to the point where we're going to the Super Bowl. That's not me. So we them boys. Hold up, just in case you forgot. Hold on, just in case you got. We still them boys. We still making noise. But I'm optimistic, and this is why I'm optimistic because we've got some injured Cowboys that are on the up and coming. Overshown should be back right here in a couple weeks. Revel looks good; he's coming back. Um, I just think there's some parts and pieces that maybe Eberflus. Let me put Eberflus up right there. Eberflus, I believe Eberflus, if he can get his hand just on a unit that is healthy. Again, we are not making any excuses. We are not making excuses. We are not that kind of team because we them boys. Hold on, just in case some of y'all forgot. Be calling me and stuff, calling me and texting me. Y'all folk who be sending me messages and stuff. I feel like my boy. We still them. Hold on. We still, we still 5 times. We still. We still 5 times. So for everybody making all that noise, we still them boys. We still making noise. But the optimism for Eberflus is maybe he's going to get some help. Maybe he's going to get a unit that's healthy. And listen, in the NFL, especially for my Cowboys, listen, we don't make excuses. We're just going to have to get healthier. And when we lost last week, when we lost to the Panthers, we didn't make no excuses. When we won at the Jets, we didn't make no excuses. Next man up. And I believe that's part of the NFL. That's life. Next man up. If one goes down, next man up. And here we are. Next man up. So, am I upset? No. It's a game. At the end of the day, y'all, it's a game. It's a game. It's not no life or death situation. I got to go on Facebook and, be. It's just a game. But at the end of the day, we still, them boys, we still making noise. And win, lose, or draw. Whether we win or whether we lose, I have committed myself to making this channel. Not your ordinary Cowboy fan. I didn't even put my title up. I just jumped on there and some put my title up just for somebody can see how we rolling. Not your ordinary Cowboy fan. I'm on YouTube. I was with my kids today, and they came. They looked so surprised. I said, Pastor's got a YouTube channel. They said, you do? I said, yeah, not your ordinary Cowboy fan. And as Ryan looked to me left, she said, yeah, we seen you at AJ's game. Yeah, I was at AJ's game. Yeah, I was at the game. But what was I getting across to him? Sometimes you got to put in work. Sometimes in life, you got to put in work, got to do some things, got to pray, put some things. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to kids today. But what I'm saying to you tonight, those of you all who are on Cowboy Nation, listen, optimism. Be optimistic. It's going to get better. It's one game. Listen, I know we were at 3-4-1. We got some work to do. But I don't think that the season is lost. But the defense has got to shore up. And Dak and this offense, as prolific as it is, listen to me carefully. You're going to run into some defenses that can go toe to toe. You're going to have to be able to play in harsher environments. Now, every pundit tomorrow morning is going to say this about the Cowboys, my Cowboys, your Cowboys, we them boys. But they're going to say this tomorrow. Cowboys are good at home, but not good on the road. And it's true. Got to change that narrative. So Schottenheimer, you're going to have to get this team ready to play outside of the confines of Jerry World. Jerry World presents you a nice fish bowl. somewhere where you can, control the lights, control the heat. Nobody's cutting any grass. You know, just total, um, just luxury, NFL luxury. I been there, know what I'm talking about. NFL luxury. So at the end of the day, um, it's going to have to get better, and we just can't play at home well. We got to play everywhere well. If you want to be championship caliber, like the days of yesterday, which we still them boys, I believe we can do it. I'm optimistic. Didn't look good today. Nope, nope, nope. So I'm real about my Cowboys. I'm real about where we are, and um, didn't look good today. But we still them boys. We still making noise. And just in case anybody out there has any question who we are, let me end with this.